Hello, I'm Paul Ramsay from Travel and Sports Australia and the AFL Event Office here in Mount Lawley, WA, and I'm with Lee Farnell this afternoon. Okay, so we had 4 days in New York together, then we took the QE2 down through to Southampton in London, and during that time, with about 120 guests, I think we were there with Lee. You had your conferencing there for 3 days.
Yep.
3 half-day workshops, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I attended them all. I was on time every time. It was good. Very, very enjoyable there. Yes, I think it had a good, I thought it was a very positive. The vibe that I picked up from all the people that attended, certainly, they could certainly take a lot of learning things away with them. I think that all those that attended, I think they demonstrated that throughout the evening or throughout the mornings we had with you. They had 1 afternoon and 2 mornings, just by their level of enthusiasm. And I also think their level of engagement the whole time they were there at your workshops. So to that point, I would say they would have taken a lot of stuff away with them. Your content and your delivery, if you look at it in those 2 fronts, Lee, I wouldn't think there'd be too many companies, small to medium-sized businesses, that wouldn't gel or resonate with your content and your style of presentation. Because ultimately, I would think that most businesses, if they're working in sales, they either want to manage staff or certainly improve sales. And there's a lot of your content that covers those very important things in our business. So to answer your question, I would think there wouldn't be too many companies that wouldn't want to engage and get some positive outcomes for not only just their staff but their company as well. What I saw on the cruise ship was just terrific. We had a quite a significant, first of all, we had a lot of people there. The environment was good, although it was a little bit tight. And to your credit, you managed that very, very well. You had all the technology that would engage people, more houses with a guitar than with the earth. If I'm allowed to say that, Lee, that was absolutely fantastic.
Right.
And that's something that I think many of those guests will never forget, that moment in their life on the QE2, singing out that AC/DC number. That was a bit of a classic. But no, I thought it was good. And what I got out of it on a personal note, Lee, was day 1 right through to day 3. You could see the theme and the incremental learning you were passing on to all the store owners, in this case the liquor baron owners, shop owners. And that, you would start with things like MAD that you would put up there, and then you were engaging some of the suppliers in a workshop, asking them about their successes and how they run their resources and how they treat their customers and so on and so forth. So they got a different perspective from just people in their local area. So I thought that was good. Yeah. I also thought that some of the feedback that some of the guests gave me was the workshop where you'd break them up into little groups and let them have their say and be able to present that to all the other people at the conference. So they thought that was good. Right. Particularly exercises where you go and say, well, these are the most important 11 words beginning with the letter E that we think that we should focus on. And when you looked at those, that really engaged everybody. They're talking about evolution, being where do you want to be in 3 or 4 years? Entrepreneurial, let's dream about doing something and inventing something and do things in your area that other people haven't done. Enlightenment, enthusiasm. So all those were rolling off pretty good, and I think the level of engagement in that was good. So they would have taken quite a lot away from that, I would have thought. And I also thought that when you broke that exercise, you gave everybody exercise to identify one customer that had been in their shop at least 4 or 5 times a year for the last 5 years. And I've forgotten exactly, I can't recall it 100%, Lee, but I'm pretty sure it was the value of your customer. LV with a $, LV, life value on the dollar. Now, I thought that was terrific. because everyone can associate in their local area, their local bloke coming into, or him or her coming into their shop and buying what they do. But when you break the yield down on that product, and I think we did that, and it worked out to be about $25 a transaction times 4, which was $100 on yield. And if you put that over 5 years, it's $500, and then you times that by 100 customers, it's $50,000. So that really was a tap on the shoulder, I thought, for a lot of people that were at the conference thinking, you know, if I can be conscious of this now and improve my level of service and ensure people come back, because we know there's no cost associated to that good service of people coming back. So I thought that was good, and the comments I got from people that I sat and had a meal with that night, they thought that was terrific. I thought the Earl Nightingale tape was good too, because that goes back in time. Obviously, it's got some famous characters in it. But I was really taken back by that, and I was quite a few people YouTubing that later on.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was I thought it was a really big hit, because I thought that what came out of that is, what's the reason? Why do you come to work and do what you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was the great. It's a great secret in business that we all think, but it's been around a long time. And these guys, you know, the culture of Nightingale and his history. If you look at it, and he talks about the why and the justification in the golden circle. So that as a business owner, why do we go to work? Why do we want our staff to do what they do? And working from the inside out, not the outside in, such as this is what I do and how I do it. But Nightingale's tape really tells us that people buy why you do things. So if you're a good person working in your local bottle shop and you're doing a good job and you're a good community-minded person, people will buy that thing. So I thought that tape was fantastic, and I'd love to see it again personally.
Right.
These are good ones. I thought the Woof Bob and the DCDM was good. Now you're going to ask me what that was. The WIT, which is a WIT, is an acronym for people to say whatever it takes. Yes. I like that one. I also like the WIBOB. Yeah. And the WEBOB or WIBOB was we bend over backwards. I thought that was a classic. And there was a list of this on, but the DISM was good too. DISM D. Don't explain and don't complain. So all of those at the end of the conference, along with your famous Morehouse ACDC gig, was terrific. Yeah, that was terrific. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much.